Hello, my little sugar buggers. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here with the first part of four. Yes, you heard me correctly. Four parts of the Midtown ManOR speed build. If you guys have been watching my previous speed builds that coincidentally all are like freaking modern, I've been really wanting to create a manor or a mansion. This one isn't like the biggest of the biggest. Like, I honestly, if I had like, balls made of, bronze, I would probably do something really, really big, like on a gigantic 60 to 60 lot. But your girl is starting from the bottom and she's working her way up, and I'm learning my building style. I guess that's the only way I could really put it. I don't have a particular way to go about things. And P.S. side note, pause. If you do hear my lovely my lovely neighbor, aka owner of Francis the Perucho, who likes to bark all the time, this person decided to be just as annoying as a damn dog and decided to go out and, mow the grass. He doesn't have grass. He's got like a little patch the size of maybe a square. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's mowing. He may not, though. He might be trimming some bushes or something. I don't know what he's doing out there. So if you guys do hear that, even though this mic is like phenomenal for like counteracting and like canceling out background noise, I am sorry, but there's literally nothing I can do. Anyway, I broke this down into 4 parts, as I was mentioning earlier, just because I really wanted to take my time and kind of articulate and tell you guys what I was doing in this build. And just like I said, take my time. I don't want to like put this in like to 2 half-hour parts where I am like chewing off your ears and we are sitting here in silence like an awkward first date. Not really my kind of thing to do on a Sunday, but hey, I mean, if you were down, I probably would have done it. But I decided to spare you guys the boredom a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot to say for like I'm having a hard time. We're 2 minutes in, people. Anyway, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, croutons. So we're at the bare bones of the build, bare essentials. Now, I did pull some inspiration from Google and things of that sort, because honestly, I can't just put my thinking cap on and just create. I need some sort of guideline, some sort of direction in my life. Oh wait, we're talking about the build. Okay. Yeah, I need some direction when it comes to building. So I decided to look on Google for like little mansions and things of that sort. And I really loved this one in particular. I will link it down below. I do think I actually still have the link to it, in case you guys are interested. You can see I pulled a ton of inspiration from the front and stuff like that, but I ended up making the back just really my own with a little bit of inspiration. It's just mostly like the front and like the shell of the house. I kind of wanted some sort of idea, and it fit perfectly. I really do love the way that this build ends up turning out. But when I'm creating this house and I'm starting to kind of develop a style where I will create like kind of like the face of the house, like what you would see obviously if you were walking up to the front porch. And then I like to go in and start kind of building from the front to the back instead of kind of just putting a whole bunch of blocks together. That's what I used to do. It's just like put a whole bunch of blocks together and then, I don't know, decorate it. It was literally like, that was it. I don't know. I feel like I've definitely come a long way, and I feel for once in my life, even though I'm probably saying this a little too prematurely, I feel like the inside matches the outside. We no longer have Oreo cookie syndrome, I guess is how I like to call it. We actually have the outside kind of reflecting what is going on in the inside. I am so proud of this house. In fact, I would actually live in it. I would. I really would. And it makes me really jealous because none of my Sims can afford this house. Like, I can't even afford this house. Like, what? I mean, I wish I had this house. I wish I could build myself a house like this and just live in it. Like, wouldn't that be like the most amazing thing ever? You could just build your own freaking house and then put it on a plot of land. Oh my gosh. You don't know how many times the feels have been real because of The Sims. But anyways, so as you can see, we have the downstairs kind of laid out. I had no idea at this point how I was going to kind of work it and make it fit, because like that's the only bad thing is once I kind of create the outside shell, I have to freeball the inside, and freeballing the inside, kind of going blind and trying to make it your own, can get a little complicated sometimes. But my favorite thing and the most satisfying thing to do for me personally is adding in the roofs, and when they match up and everything is just on point, your girl gets a certain type of feeling inside that just, she can't deny. It's pretty freaking exciting. I felt like a real Bob the Builder. Ooh, dare I say it? I just did. Oh no. Anyway, continuing on with the roof situation. I really wanted to add in a fireplace because this is a manor. When I think of manors, I think of fireplaces, I think of wood, I think of so many different luxurious things. Like when I think of mansion, and even though this is more of like a mini mansion, still expensive though, I wanted to bring a lot of the big time things that you would see in a really big, elegant home to this little guy, the Midtown ManOR. So I decided to make kind of like a faux chimney. When I realized it wasn't going to kind of work because of the way that the roof is offset, I decided just to create one, which I thought was a pretty damn good idea. I think I probably could have made that all rock in the end, but I didn't because I didn't think about that until just now. Oh god. But you could change it. There are a couple things that honestly aren't like A1 in this build that you might have to go ahead and fix. Like literally that would probably be the only thing. And then there was something else that we'll know a little bit later. But I'm really just playing around and kind of figuring out how I want the structure to kind of come to life and develop its own personality. I really love like this bay window that kind of pops out of the frame of the house. I think that's really cool. It doesn't really serve any sort of purpose once you get inside the house necessarily. Oh, dear Jesus. Can you please just pipe down, sir? Just pipe. Like, seriously? I guess Sunday is fun day for a lot of people. Oh, no, Siri, honey, I was not talking to you. No. Oh, shut your beak. I'm seriously like the Scrooge. I am. I really am. I'm like a really nice person. But when people piss me off, you don't want to double cross me, sir. Not today. Because these boots were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. And one day, these boots are going to walk all over you. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but I forgot. And yeah, the bay window, it looks good in game. I mean, it kind of had a little bit of a purpose. Actually, no, it does have a purpose, sort of, kind of. You'll see what I'm talking about a little bit later. So one of my favorite parts of the home, like one of my favorite parts in the entire world, is this little nook and cranny right here. Although I'm kind of doing a spoiler alert here and I don't really have a lot to put in it, I do feel like you could use it for many different things. I feel like that little nook could be perfect for a yoga area, a hot tub you could even put in there. Maybe possibly if you're feeling real adventurous, you can make an outdoor kitchen. I do love to leave parts of the room, parts of the build alone typically, but I didn't really do it in this build. I tried to push myself and just kind of furnish the whole thing for you guys. But typically I love to leave a spare room completely just plain Jane so you guys can move in and kind of make it your own. That is just some of the things that I like because I don't necessarily dislike, but I kind of, when I move into a house, I always have to change things to make it my own, and that's totally fine. I get that, but I usually would love for the builder, if they had an extra room, just to leave it blank so I could kind of play around a little bit. But I didn't do that in this part. I'm that person, but I think you guys are going to enjoy what I did with it, and it's really not that hard to fix. So here I'm kind of creating some planters, a little plant and plant area. Gosh, I hope you can't hear this crap because I will be one pissed off woman. And I like this because this kind of frames the doorway. And then another thing that I thought was really cool in the photo that I saw is that there was like almost these lanterns when you walked up to the front of the stoop. And they like illuminate and they have like these little windows. And those windows that I use are seriously perfection in a cup. Like they just work, mama. They work. They serve it to the sim gods. They do. If you keep seeing me save and stuff, that's just like me basically going back and checking my work. Obviously making sure that the Sims 4 doesn't crash because I would probably freak out if it did. And Jesus, Hunty, it ain't that. Let me go see what he's doing. Hold on, girl. He is power washing out there. That is what he's doing. He is over there polishing his stones, people. Polishing his stones. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he ain't got no grass, but he was sitting there. Damn. Okay, anyway, that's why I don't have a house, because I would not be out there on a Sunday. It's gorgeous outside. I would not. Hunty, no. But yeah, love the little lantern thingy-majiggas. I thought those looked really, really, really nice. So here we go. I'm trying to kind of puzzle it up in here. I am trying to figure out how exactly I am going to make the entryway. The typical, like, predictable, stairs right when you walk in was not working for you, girl. So she decided to do something a little more outside of the Oreo box. But you're gonna have to see in just a second what that is, because I honestly don't remember how this even happened. Okay, there we go. We're making like a little. This is when, people, I could really use some curved damn stairs or some L-shaped stairs. I would be able to just rock the socks off of those bad boys twice on a Sunday, because it would have matched and worked perfectly. But I didn't like how, like, kitty corner cut it looked, so I went in and fixed it a little bit. I think the struggle was so real when I'm trying to make this entryway here. As you can tell, I am seriously struggling so bad, but I ended up kind of making it work, and I really love how this entryway came out. I made it very classy, simple, sophisticated, and I definitely feel like this house has a couple different vibes. It does have a little modern twist in it in some areas, and then it also has like this really cool, how do you say it? It has like this really cool, like, Victorian feel, or like this Victorian era, and more of like an old school kind of, I don't know how to say it, not English, but I don't know. There's just a lot of vintagey kind of vibes that I feel like this house gives. So here I am kind of just putting in those pillars. I did that already. I'm just sectioning off where I'm going to put the rest of the rooms. I was going to originally make this, obviously, as you see here, I was going to make that kind of like a, how do you say, I was going to make that like the bathroom. No, not the bedroom. Oh my God, brain fart, dude. What the hell? I was going to make that the living room, and then I was going to make a bedroom right next to it. But then it was like, it just didn't look right at all. So that actually ends up being the kitchen. And you get 2 living rooms, right? Fancy. You get like a living room where there's a TV, and then more of like a study lounge room, I guess, even though I feel like the one that you could see would, I don't know. How would that work? I don't know. I really like them both. I liked how it turned out, but hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. I was going to put windows there just so that you could peer in. But then I thought, where am I putting a bathroom? That's where I'm putting the bathroom. I really don't want, like, Don Lothario, like, watching while I wipe my butt. I just don't really, I'm not into that. The whole peeping Tom thing, not really my scene. But anyway, I decided to go ahead and take those out. And I actually end up revamping the entire window system a little bit later on towards we get to the end of the build, because I decided I really wasn't digging it, to be honest with you. I do believe all that we do today is just basically the bonework of the structure. We don't do really any furnishing or anything quite like that, just kind of figuring out the fundamental foundation and how we're going to lay out everything. That's actually the bathroom. You can see I have the kitchen kind of open. I'm making great use of those columns. I decided to put in a bookshelf kind of pressed into the wall. That actually goes away a little bit later because I really wasn't feeling it, but trust me, it ends up working out gorgeously. So creating the upstairs rooms and layout was definitely a little bit of a puzzle in itself, but I feel like I definitely worked it the best that I could. I really wanted like this drop down, like you could see into like the foyer, but then I decided that just wasn't going to work because of the way that the structure upstairs was going to look, and I was kind of giving up really valuable space because, as you can kind of tell, there was like a problem with the roof, and there was also issues just kind of like how that whole entire thing was going to work. And I was literally giving up precious real estate because I wanted to fit a lot of rooms up there, and that wasn't going to happen if I wanted it to be open like I had originally thought. So I decided to go ahead and close it up and cut my losses and start kind of cutting into the floor plan, creating my room system. I actually ended up getting, I think I have 2 rooms and a study and 2 bathrooms up here. But what I really love the most is the way that I decided to create the master bedroom. The master bedroom is actually smaller than the children's room that's down in the far left wing there. But it comes in through like these like doors, and you have like almost this little hallway where you can keep going straight into the bathroom, or actually you would go left to the bathroom, or you can go into the double kind of like French doors into the master bedroom. I don't know. I thought that was a little unique twist, and it was something I've never personally done in a build before. At least I don't think that I have. I may have. And I really ended up liking how the structure turned out. So honestly, I really don't feel like I have a lot else to say. This is pretty much the floor plan and what we're going to go with. In the next part, I do believe we start doing some furnishing on the bottom floor. And yeah, we do. We actually start furnishing the bottom floor, which gets really exciting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of this speed build, and I hope you stick through the entire 4-part series. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me and through all this chaos. I love you guys so much, and don't forget to go and comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Bye.